What's up guys, macadii here. Today guys, another game in the GPC League. This is week 4, this is obviously a bit late because I was of course in Japan. And yeah, we're facing against Rufus and his Parasens. He's got a rather spooky team, but we also do, kind of. So it balanced out. Before we go into this, we did make one transfer. We dropped Mudsdale for Mega Steelix because there was a transfer window after week 3. We can make 3 transfers. I decided to make just the one where we dropped Mudsdale for Mega Steelix. So that means we are left with 2 Megas. We are allowed to have 2 Megas. Obviously, we can only Mega Evolve 1, and we have to bring the Mega Stone. So I'm kind of forced to bring either one or the other. Either Mega Lopunny or Mega Steelix. But still, it's a major upgrade on Mudsdale. Mudsdale I wasn't really enjoying with this team. So Lopunny was our not Steelix was our next best. It was a great ground type. And also Steel type, which we were missing. So Rufus' team is Clefable, Zed Dragonite, Superior, Mega Aggron, Slowbro, Sandslash, Hitmonlee, Electabuzz, Sneasel, Volcanion Z, and Fearow. So looking at that team, it's quite scary. Dragonite is obviously a big threat. Volcanion is also a massive threat. Our only real thing to tank a hit from that is Alomomola. A lot of other things on his team quite threatening. He's got quite good bulk as well to support it. So yeah. So our first one is Mega Lopunny, Return, Fake Out, High Jump Kick, Baton Pass. Fairly standard set. Baton Pass is to kind of gain momentum because I reckon Slowbro is his best switching for it. So if we can predict Slowbro to come in, we can Baton Pass out and just gain that momentum, which is very, very nice for us. Then I look at his team and his spin options, his hazard removal options are Sandslash and Hitmonlee, and both of them just get kind of walled by a Colberberry Rotom. So we have a Colberberry Rotom, Will-O-Wisp, Volt Switch, Hex, Pain Split. This is our prime spin blocker, so we can get hazards up and then spin block with Rotom. And this is also generally a big annoyance for his team. He very much struggles to kill this, and also he struggles to switch on it. So that's very, very good. Then, of course, we have got Tyrantrum, Habenberry for the Dragonite. Obviously, he could be running Earthquake, but also it's likely he's running Thunder Punch for Alomomola. So we've got Habenberry, Rockhead, Head Smash, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Dragon Dance. Really, Edgequake's the only real coverage we need for his team. And then because his things which can't switch in our heads, where's the team? His things that can't really switch in our head smash. These things that can switch in our head smash can't really switch in an Earthquake. So Mega Aggron and Hitmonlee are his things. Not Hitmonlee. Sandslash is things switching on a head smash, and they aren't massively appreciating Earthquake, especially once they're worn down a bit. Dragon Dance as just kind of general setup, and Stealth Rock because hazards are incredibly good against his team. So next up we got Crobat, just a kind of standard support set. Brave Bird, Roost, Taunt, Super Fang. This is just nice for dealing with his walls, dealing with some of his more slower things. Getting Super Fang off is really nice, especially on something like Aggron. We can get rid of half its health, which he's going to struggle to get back because Aggron lacks recovery. Next up, we have got Alomomola. This is just very good bulk for his team. Can deal with a Dragonite if it's not Gigavolt Havoc. Deals very well with just a lot of his offensive threats. Obviously, Superior could be problematic, but a lot of the rest of my team deals very well with Superior. Electabuzz is the only other thing which can really break me, but also it deals well with Sneasel. Volcanion it can switch in on, can't really do much back, which is why we've got Toxic to hopefully wear that thing down. Sub Volcanion though could be problematic. This is just generally good wall, which deals with a lot of his big offensive threats. And finally, we have got Roserade with Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Hidden Power Fire, Toxic Spikes. Again, this is really good for breaking down his walls. Hidden Power Fire is there for Mega Icon. Obviously, we could have been running Hidden Power Ice for Dragonite, but I'd rather be able to hit Mega Icon than Dragonite. And then Toxic Spikes are there just for good hazards. So that's the team, and I'll see you in the battle. And we are here in the game. So looking at his team, it's basically mostly stuff that we expected. He's got Slowbro for Mega Lopunny, obviously. Mega Agon's going to be spooky. Dragonite, we've obviously got to keep some stuff in the back for just to stop it sweeping. Volcanion is scary as expected. And Sandslash obviously is his remover. And then Electabuzz also can do quite a number on our team. We decide to lead off with Roserade because we just kind of want to get those hazards up. Obviously, we can easily spin block Sandslash, so we can get Toxic Spike up. That really hinders his ability to outstall us. So with that in mind, we do indeed lead off with Roserade. As he leads off with Electabuzz, he Volt Switches on out of there because, well, why would you stay in? And goes into Volcanion. So at this point, I don't really want to stay in at all. Fire Blast is less than ideal, but he goes for the sub, and that's very, very scary. This is exactly the fit. We can't break the sub at all with Alomomola. So we have to basically sack some things to break this sub. So he clicks the Toxic, because which is very bad for us, because now Alomomola is on a timer. It can't just stall him out. So we switch in into Crobat. It's Infiltrator, so it can hit through the sub. Steam Eruption does 66%, but Wish gets most of that back. So we click the Brave Bird, does 34% through the sub, which isn't actually a lot. He goes to Steam Eruption and, of course, burns us. So that is really not ideal, because then Brave Bird's doing even less. So we go for the Super Fang, do 33%. It's decent damage, but he can just take us out with Steam Eruption. At this point, we're still sitting with a Volcanion behind a sub. That is problematic. So we go into Tyrantrum here, and we click the Earthquake just to break his sub. As he clicks the Steam Eruption and gets the kill. Sadly, that is a roll. It was a damage roll because he wasn't modest, he was timid to outspeed my Sylveon, I believe. And that was a roll. Very unfortunate. However, had it burned, it wouldn't really have mattered. It has a 30% chance to burn, so I mean, it's still very unfortunate because we could have survived with Tyrantrum and got rocks up, for example, or just killed the Volcanion. Sadly, that did not happen, and Tyrantrum's going down. But the Volcanion sub is broken, so we go into our Mega Lopunny. And yeah, we can just kind of get a nice hit off. He decides to stay in, sacking off his Volcanion. And so that's one kill for Mega Lopunny, but we're in a very bad spot because two of our mons are already down. He goes into Sandslash, presumably to get rid of the Toxic Spikes. We predict the Rapid Spin coming, and we go into our Rotom. At this point, we go for the Hex, do a good chunk of damage to him over half as he goes for knockoff, and we chew up our Colberberry. So this is very, very good for us. He goes for the Hex again, and we can just take him down. So he goes into Mega Aggron, and at this, which is really nice for us because we can just Will-O-Wisp it, and it can't really do much to us in return. Ironhead is only doing 88.9%. So we go for the Pain Split, get a nice bit of health back, and do damage to him, as he also has Toxic on this, and Toxics are Rotom. That's Rotom also put on a timer, which is not good. So we Volt Switch on out, go into something which could outstall it more. So we go into Alamomola, so we can just get wishes up, do all that kind of nice business. At this point, we predict him to switch on out and into. We try to get cheeky, really, and so we go for the Toxic, predicting Dragonite to come in. Sadly, his Electabuzz comes in, and we decide to get even more cheeky this time, as we think, well, this Electabuzz could it's probably might Psychic to deal with Roserai's, could Volt Switch, kind of has the safe medium. And either one works, but he actually goes straight for the Thunderbolt as we stay in and go for the Wish, and that means that Alamomola goes down to Toxic. So we've lost Alamomola. That is not good. But we go into Roserade here, and as he just stays in to sack it off. Thunderbolt does not very much indeed, and we just get all our health back from that Wish. At this point, he goes into Mega Agon because it's his best thing to tank hits from us, as we can just easily go into Rotom. Obviously, Rotom's still taking that toxic damage, but we can just see it safely revenge kill it with the Hex. And that's Rotom. And that's Mega Agon down. At this point, he goes into Dragonite and then pulls on out and goes into Slowbro. We just Will-O-Wisp it because a Will-O-Wisp Dragonite is a very nice Dragonite. So he goes into Slowking here, basically sacking off his Slowking. However, we can see that toxic damage is stacking up, and that's kind of the reason he brought in Slowking, was to toxic stall us, basically, so we do just die to the toxic at the end. So it's Dragonite versus Mega Lopunny and Roserade, and at this point, we have a bit of a 50-50 here. Does he have Inner Focus, at which point our play is to just go straight for the return? Or does he have Multiscale, which means we just Fake Out? And so we're thinking on it, and we're thinking, well, it's more likely that he'll run Multiscale, like Multiscale is the more common ability on Dragonite. So he's probably going to run Multiscale. So we do end up clicking the Fake Out, as he reveals to be None at Night, both kind of. He's Multiscale, but he has Protect. So that means that Fake Out's not so much, and that's basically GG. As Return does 33%. He just goes for the Dragon Dance, and yeah, that's GG from there. He goes for the Z move, takes out Omega Lopunny, and then Roserade really can't touch this thing, and Dragon Claw just takes us down. So that's well played, Rufus. That was a very close 1-0. That's our first loss of the season as well, which is incredibly unfortunate. So next week, I can't remember who we're facing. But yeah, I would next week, or actually in a couple of days, because this game's late, because I was obviously in Japan. So yeah, that was the game. So in a couple of days, we'll be playing our Week 5 game. It's an interdivisional week, so we are playing cross-divisional week. So we're playing people who aren't in our division. That will be the next 3 weeks, where we'll be playing people outside our division. So the results matter a little bit less, but it's still nice to pick up those wins and get back on a win streak after this one has been ended. So I will see you in the next week, which is in a couple of days. So it's not really next week. Macadii out.